Okay, hello and welcome back to my channel. Today is a bookstore vlog. I went to Barnes & Noble to get a few good picks. So we're gonna go into the bookstore vlog and I'll see you guys after. Okay, welcome back. So let's go through the goodies that we got. So I've been interested in starting to get into manga recently. So I bought Spy Family, just book one. There's, I think, 10 10 books in the series because I want to get these in English and Korean because I've already found a website to get them in Korean. So I guess start reading them in English first. But it does seem interesting. Master Spy Twilight is unparalleled when it comes to going undercover on dangerous missions for the betterment of the world. But when he receives the ultimate assignment to get married and have a kid, he may finally be in over his head. Not one to depend on others, Twilight has his work cut out for him, procuring both a wife and a child for his mission to infiltrate an elite private school. What he doesn't know is that the wife he's chosen is an assassin and the child he's adopted is a telepath. And then I got Promises and Pomegranates. I honestly got this book because it looks pretty. I liked the cover. It looks so cute. Let's see. To most, Cal Anderson is a villain. Harbinger of death, keeper of souls, frequenter of nightmares. Dang. Dr. Death hides incarnate. Oh, like Jekyll and Hyde. They say he stole me, usurped my fiance, and filled the cracks in my heart with empty promises. Imprinted his crimson fingerprints on my psyche and tried to set me free. They're not wrong, per se. Except it was my choice to stay. Oh, Cal. To most, Elena Risi is an innocent goddess of springtime, lover of poetry, angel of my nightmares. Little one, Persephone personified. They say I ruined her, shattered her virtue, devoured her soul, like a succulent pomegranate, embedded with evil as deep as I could possibly get, and tried to set her free. They're not wrong, per se, except it was she who ruined me. When you accidentally pick up a book that seems like it's going to blow your mind, I just liked the cover. And this is book one. I saw that it was book one. It seems like it's going to be a series. And I feel like I want to read this first. Ooh, I'm excited for the TBR for September. And then this is what I'm actually so excited about. I saw it on the website, but I didn't really know. I didn't read the backstory, but I read it in the store. Let's get through this. Ethic. There is a difference in doing wrong and being wrong. Ethic has power, but love has always been evasive. After ordering the hit that mistakenly killed the love of his life, Ethic is haunted with guilt and he refuses to love again. Focused on being a better man and keeping his family safe, he is raising 3 children, one of which is a defiant teenage girl, Morgan. No matter how hard he tries to keep Morgan away from the streets, she is determined to defy him. When Morgan finds herself in a vulnerable position, Ethic is pulled back into the deadly game where he was once king. In the explosive spin-off to Ashley Antoinette's Moth to a Flame, you will fall in love with Ezra Okafor, aka Ethic, as he gambles on love in the streets in hopes that this time he will win. Now, I got this book primarily because this is a spin-off of Moth to a Flame. I read Moth to a Flame years ago, and it still has an imprint on my heart. So when I read that this was a spin-off to it, I was like, it's a done deal. Sold. I'm buying it. Purchased. I'm so excited. I think Ethic has 5 books to the series. Originally, I wanted to get Butterfly, but Butterfly only had book 3 on the shelves in the store. So I'll just probably have to order that one online. Book 1. Next, we have The Immoralists. If you knew the date of your death, how would you live your life? And this sentence sold me on the book. Let me just, because I find things like that interesting. If I knew when I was going to die, how would I live my life? How would you live your life, if you knew when you were going to die? Would you want to know when you're going to die? I feel like I would want to know when I'm going to die so I could get a few things done. Other than that, yeah. It's 1969 in New York City's Lower East Side, and word has spread of the arrival of a mystical woman, a traveling psychic who claims to be able to tell anyone the day they will die. The Golden Children, 4 adolescents on the cusp of self-awareness, sneak out to hear their fortunes. The prophecies inform their next 5 decades. Dang. Golden boy Simon escapes to the West Coast searching for love in 80s San Francisco. Dreamy Clara becomes a Las Vegas magician obsessed with blurring reality and fantasy. Eldest son Daniel struggles to maintain security as an army doctor post 9/11, and bookish Vera throws herself into longevity research where she tests the boundary between science and immorality. Both a dazzling family love story and sweeping novel of remarkable ambition and depth. The Immoralist probes the line between destiny and choice, reality and illusion, this world and the next. It is a deeply moving testament to the power of story, the nature of belief, and the unrelenting pull of familial bonds. Can I say, I think I have good picks. And it wasn't intentional. But we'll see. We'll do a review after I read these. And then Archer's Voice. I got Archer's Voice because I was watching Alexa Ray's video, and one of her, I think, switching my phone screen for reading for like a week. She read Archer's Voice and she said it was good. So that's why I got Archer's Voice. This is more of a rec than just a random pickup. But one of the top 100 romance novels of all time on Goodreads. And this one's by Mia Sheridan. The Immoralists is by Chloe Benjamin. Ethic is by Ashley Antoinette. And then Promises and Pomegranates by Sav R. Miller. Spy and Family by Tatsuya Endo. I wanted to lose myself in the small town of Pillion, Maine, to forget everything I had left behind. The sound of rain, the blood, the coldness of a gun against my skin. For 6 months, each breath has been a reminder that I survived, and my dad didn't. I'm almost safe again, but the moment I meet Archer Hale, my entire world tilts on its axis and never rights itself again, until I trespass into his strange, silent, and isolated world. Archer communicates with no one, yet in his whiskey-colored eyes, something intangible happens between us. There's so much more to him than just his beauty, his presence, or the way his hands communicate with me. Girl, what? On me. But this town is mired in secrets and betrayals, and Archer is the explosive center of it all. So much passion and so much hurt, but it's in Archer's silence that we must just find what we need to heal and to live. Archer's Voice. Wow, it sounds good. Next up, we have The Confidence of Wildflowers by Michaela Smeltzer. My future is big. What if at the moment? My future is a big what if at the moment, and I'm fine with that for the most part. When Thayer Holmes moves in next door, the grumpy landscaper both fascinates and amuses me. When he asks me to nanny his kids, it's a great way to make some extra money. It's impossible not to fall in love with Thayer and his adorable son. There's a big problem though. I'm 18. He's 31. Falling for someone almost 15 years older than me wasn't part of my plans, but sometimes things happen when you least expect them. I was 18, he was 31. We were a world apart, but right next door. The temptation was too much. This kind of feels illegal to read. I'm just being honest. It's like, they were like, let's say 18 just to say she's legal. Oof. We're gonna see how this one goes. It's a thickums. Oh, it's thick. Ooh. Thickums. Wait, is this, this better not be a series. What's this called? The Confidence of the Wallflower. Nope, I don't think it's part of any series. Yeah, this is a standoff, one-off book because we don't need more 18 and 30 or 40-something-year-olds. But the confidence of a wallflower. Oh, this makes me feel like I should be in jail. And then I got the Book Talk book and the Colleen Hoover book that you've seen around. Viridity. Ooh, wow. Viridity. Loan Ashley is a struggling writer on the brink of financial ruin. Ooh. When she accepts a job offer of a lifetime, Jeremy Crawford, husband of best-selling author. Okay, I just can't read. Got it. Verity Crawford has hired Loan to complete the remaining books in a successful series his injured wife is unable to finish. And why is that? Is she... Well, it did say she's injured, but like... comatose injured? Loan arrives at the Crawford home, ready to sort through years of Veridity's notes and outlines, hoping to find enough material to get her started, when Loan doesn't expect to uncover in the chaotic office is an unfinished autobiography Verity never intended for anyone to read. Page after page of bone-chilling admissions, including Verity's recollection of the night her family was forever altered. Loan decides to keep the manuscript hidden from Jeremy, knowing its content could devastate the already grieving father. But as Loan's feelings for Jeremy begin to intensify, the wife's still alive, right? Okay. She recognizes all the ways she could benefit if he were to read his wife's words. After all, no matter how devoted Jeremy is to his injured wife, a truth this horrifying would make it impossible for him to continue loving her. A romantic thriller. Ooh, that's messy. That's messy. Okay, then I have A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. Good Girl, Bad Blood, Holly Jackson, the sequel. Oh, and then there's a third one, As Good as Dead. As Good as Dead. I don't have that one though. Oh. Some secrets are too deadly to tell. Pip is not a detective anymore. With the help of Ravi Singh, she released a true crime podcast about the murder case they solved together last year, so they solved it. Though the podcast went viral, Pip insists that her sleuthing days are behind her. But when someone she knows goes missing and the police won't do anything, Pip has no choice but to investigate. I know, that's right, girl. After all, Jamie Reynolds disappeared on the very same night the town hosted a memorial for the 6-year anniversary of the deaths of Andy Bell and Sal Singh. It has to be more than a coincidence. Pip follows the trails of clues, uncovering more of her town's dark secrets along the way. And this time, everyone is listening. Will she find Jamie before it's too late? Oh! I cannot. This is it. And then this one. I don't want to say excited because of what the story seems to be about and how realistic it could be in everyday life. Like, it's quite wild, quite crazy. But it seems interesting to read. Like, 10 a.m., the principal of Opportunity High School finishes her speech welcoming the entire student body to a new semester and encouraging them to excel and achieve, right? 10:02, the students get up to leave the auditorium for their next class. 10:03, the auditorium doors won't open. 10:05, someone starts shooting. Told from 4 different perspectives over the span of 54 harrowing minutes. Terror reigns as one student's calculated revenge turned into the ultimate game of survival. This is called This Is Where It Ends. Everyone has a reason to fear the boy with the gun. Oh, they showed you by Merrick Nichkamp. And then we have two more. We're the last two. Okay. How One Armed Sister Sweeps Her House by Sherry Jones. In Baxter's Beach, Barbados, Lala's grandmother Wilma tells the story of the one-armed sister. It's a cautionary tale about what happens to girls who disobey their mothers and go into Baxter's tunnel. When she's grown, Lala lives on the beach with her husband Aiden, a petty criminal with endless charisma whose thwarted burglary, oh my word, whose thwarted burglary of one of the beach mansions set off a chain of events with terrible consequences. A gunshot no one was meant to witness, a new mother whose baby is found lifeless on the beach, a woman torn between two worlds and incapacitated by grief, and two men driven to the tunnels by desperation and greed who attempt a crime that will risk their freedom and their lives. How the One-Armed Sister Sweeps Her House is an intimate and visceral portrayal of interconnected lives across race and class in a rapidly changing resort town, told by an astonishing new author of literary fiction. Yeah, buddy. This one sounds good. And last, but most definitely not least, Walhalla is a novel by Nikki May. And it reads, an incisive and exhilarating debut novel following three Anglo-Nigerian best friends and the lethally gorgeous fourth woman who infiltrates their group, the most unforgettable girls since Carrie, Samantha, Charlotte, and Miranda, Sex and the City, you know. Ronki, once happily ever after and 2.2 kids. She's dating Kayode, and wants to be the one, perfect like her dead father. Wants him to be the one, perfect like her dead father. Her friends thinks he's just another in a long line of dodgy Nigerian boyfriends. Boo has everything Ronki wants. Kind husband, gorgeous kid, gorgeous child. But she's frustrated, unfulfilled, plagued by guilt, and desperate to remember who she used to be. Simi is the golden one of the perfect lifestyle. No one knows she's crippled by imposter syndrome and tempted to pack it all in each time her boss mentions her urban vibe. Her husband thinks they're trying for a baby. She's not. Ooh, dang. When the high-flying, charismatic Isabel explodes into the group, it seems at first she's bringing out the best in each woman. She gets Simi an interview in Shanghai, goes jogging with Boo, but the more Isabel intervenes, the more chaos she sows. Ronki, Simi, and Boo's close friendship begins to crack. A sharp modern take on friendship, ambition, culture, and betrayal. Walhalla is an unforgettable novel from a brilliant new voice. Oh, I think Isabel came in to start some stuff. Let me just say that off the bat. Because, okay, maybe there were already problems within the friendship. Because, I mean, all friendships aren't perfect. But, I mean, if you want to keep it. But they were doing fine without you coming in and ruining it. So, let's see what kind of trouble she's about to cause. And that is the collection of books that I purchased from Barnes & Noble today. Let's see how many books we have here. A total of, plus one manga, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 books from Barnes & Noble. Ooh, it's heavy, it's heavy. Thank you guys so much for watching. When I'm done reading, I will do reviews. I'm also going to pick out which books I want to do my TBR on, but for September. But that's all. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!